A milestone in sports history is reached this weekend as the Chicago Cubs host their first World Series games since 1945. It's been a long time coming for the long-suffering Cubs and their fans who've watched the Windy City's White Sox and Blackhawks enjoy glory over the years. Jared Diamond covers baseball for the Wall Street Journal and joins us now from Chicago. Hi, Jared. Great to see you. So, Jared, Cubs manager Joe Maddon wasn't even born the last time his team was in the World Series. So what is the atmosphere like there in Chicago right now?
It's absolute chaos. The bars around Wrigley Field were filled with people by 7:30 this morning, and it's just going to get crazier and crazier as the day goes on. These are people that have been waiting for this for literally their entire lives. Finally here.
So are you running into fans who are still a little bit in shock that they can't believe the team has come this far?
I think there's a combination of great excitement and a lot of nerves that they're still waiting for that other shoe to drop and something terrible to happen. Hasn't happened yet. They're certainly in a great position to finish this thing, but they've seen this before, and it's never ended well.
Well, it's going to be hard for a lot of those fans to even get into Wrigley Field. Isn't that right? The cheapest ticket to Game 3 is $2,200. Those are higher than Super Bowl tickets and certainly higher than games that were played in Cleveland.
Yeah, it's really nuts. It would have been cheaper for fans in Chicago to have driven the 5.5 hours to Cleveland, gotten a hotel room, and gotten tickets there. Still would have saved them money than trying to get into Wrigley Field. Look, Wrigley Field is small by baseball stadium standards. That's number one. The fan base here is absolutely rabid and tends to be pretty affluent. The Wrigley Field's in a fairly upscale neighborhood, generally speaking, so the fans sort of reflect that. And this has been, like we've talked about, a 70-plus year wait to see the team in the World Series. So this is a very hot ticket, and if you have one, you better hold on to it with your life.
Are sports bars even selling tickets? Because I imagine they're going to be getting crowded, too.
The sports bars, I've seen some sports bars charging covers of, $150, $200 just to get in around the stadium. So
amazing.
That's expensive as it is.
Now, your colleague Brian Costa wrote a revealing article this week about former Cubs icon Sammy Sosa, who at one time was one of the brightest stars in all of sports, but he won't even be in Chicago for the games this weekend?
Yeah, Sammy Sosa is pretty much an exile from the Cubs. He has not been back really at all since he left the team. It's a really interesting, kind of sad, sort of frustrating story between these two sides that just can't seem to reconcile. Sammy Sosa has been, it's been a lot of speculation that he used performance-enhancing drugs in his career. He denies that. The Cubs sort of seem like they want him to apologize for something. Sammy Sosa is saying he has nothing to apologize for. And you have two sides that are very strong-willed who just aren't talking.
Right.
It really is a shame.
Bottom line is he won't be in Chicago. He's in Paris. Not bad, but now there's a lot of history at stake for the Cleveland Indians as well here. They also haven't won the series in quite a while, 68 years. So tell me about the curses these two teams are supposedly trying to shake off.
You have two teams with, over 170 years of championship drought between them. And I think the Indians are almost getting shortchanged here. This is not a franchise that's had a lot of success either. Now, Cleveland itself as a city had not won a championship in sports for over 50 years. That drought, that curse ended in June when the NBA's Cavaliers finally won. I think that's sort of taken the pressure off the Indians a little bit because Cleveland has just won a championship. But if they're able to win another one, that would all of a sudden make Cleveland the sports capital of America for right now.
Well, it's certainly going to be lots of fun at the ballpark. Jared Diamond, thank you so much for that.
Thanks.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.